Hello, hello, hello. Hey, my friends, I'm Kat. Come and make yourself at home. Grab a pen and notebook if you haven't already, because I'm going to be dropping some gems for you tonight. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the things I wish that I'd known when I first started out in business. I'm going to be sharing 5 different things with you and some of the mistakes that I made. I have made some incredibly hilarious mistakes in business. So many, like hundreds and hundreds of mistakes. And we're going to make mistakes in business, of course. That's how we learn and grow. But I want to save you some of the mistakes that you don't need to make unnecessary, the unnecessary mistakes, because you're going to make so many mistakes anyway. So you might as well not make the ones that are going to trip you up and cause you to fail like so many other businesses. So number one, the first mistake that I failed to make, and I'm going straight into it, I'm diving straight in, is number one, is I didn't value other people who had been in business. I didn't value their input. And so the number one thing that I wish I'd known when I was starting out is the value of investing in coaches and mentors. So that, I mean, if someone says, why are you successful? Hard work ethic, dedication, all of that. Really, it's the coaching and the mentoring. Like, I learned so much from coaches and mentors. I didn't learn it from university. So without the coaching and mentoring, I would not be where I am now. But for years, I was so stubborn. I just was so naive. I remember when I left my job in an insurance company in Auckland where I was working. That's where I grew up, and I left my job there, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't have any like real world skills or qualifications or experience. I'd only left school. I didn't finish year 12. I stayed in school because I loved playing the drums with my band and just mucking around at lunchtime. So I stayed in year 12 only to play in this really cool band competition. Anyway, when I left school, I didn't really have anything to go on. Like, I got good marks at school, but I just wanted freedom. So when I went into my very first job as an insurance, well, I was an office junior, and I made $17,000 a year. I was 17. I didn't have any clue. I didn't have any education. I didn't have any coaches or mentors. But as I worked my way through that company, and I spent 4 years in insurance, and then started working for Vodafone. And you know, you learn things. You learn things just by being in any job, right? But when I decided to become a personal trainer, which is the first time I kind of left and started my own small business, I didn't know sales, I didn't know marketing, I didn't know anything about branding, copywriting, nothing. Didn't have a website, Facebook didn't exist. This is in 2003. So I should have, now when I think back, what I should have done is sat down with the successful personal trainers at my gym and said, hey, can I have coffee with you? Can I buy you coffee or lunch? And just find out how to do it. But I didn't. I thought I knew better because I was 25. Of course I knew everything. And so looking back now, I just think it's hilarious that I didn't seek out coaches and mentors to help me. Like, I'm sure, I know the personal trainers, they were at Les Mills in Newland. Shout out to you if you were listening. I know that if I'd asked you, you would have sat down and given me a bit of your time to help me out. But I didn't ask because I was ignorant or stupid or naive. I don't know what it was. But I wish I'd known the power of mentorship. One of my favorite mentors, Ben Harvey, he always says the fastest way to succeed in business is strap yourself to a fast-moving vehicle and just do what they're doing. Stand on the shoulders of giants. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. So the number one thing that I wish I'd known is the value of investing in coaches and mentors. I am a total opposite now. I'm a total coach hog. I'm so coach greedy. Is anyone else coach greedy? Hi Kirsten. Is anyone else love coaching? Like, just love coaching? I have 8 coaches. I know. I'm coach greedy. I love coaching, and because everybody has such different skills, like every one of my coaches is completely different. They all have mindset skills and how to use your thoughts to grow you, but they all then have other skills, like some of them are really good at copywriting. So I seek their wisdom and counsel all the time on words, especially for things like events or landing pages or names of programs, things like that. Like, I always run those things through coaches and mentors. There's no way I would launch something without having expert eyes on my business, multiple expert eyes on my business. So I don't put all of my eggs in one basket. I know this is contrary to what a lot of people teach, but for me personally, I've always had multiple coaches and mentors once I realized the power of them. Once I got over that phase of like, I know better, I'll be fine on my own for a few years, I fluked it. I got lucky. I got given a whole lot of leads when I first started out in business, and I had no idea how, really in the real world, to build business, how important it is to have coaches and mentors. So now I catch up with people every single week, multiple people, and they grow me. I've also got multi-millionaire mentors who I'm in their programs. So Authentic Education, Ben Harvey, for example, Grace Lever, I'm in my second year of her business program. Ethan Donati, I'm in his Inner Circle Mastermind. I'm in 4. Those are the 3. Oh, Matt Catling, so I'm in his lifetime program for Your Future Now. So those are the 4. I've invested in multiple. I'm always in multiple programs because I get different things from different people, and I trust myself that I'm not going to get confused, because I don't. I go, oh, I see that wisdom, I see that value, and I'll piece it together and then use my own intuition, my own kind of wisdom, and taking the time to think things through to take the best, and so that works for me. So I'm not saying that that's the best strategy for you. A lot of people say have one mentor or one mentor per year. So that's totally dependent on your style, your personality, your character. All I'm saying is invest in coaches and mentors, or a coach or a mentor, because no one got successful on their own. No one. There's no self-made man or woman. Like, it just doesn't exist. Everybody who's made it has a coach. You know, from the CEO of Google, every great athlete, every great actor or actress, they all have people around them that are supporting them as a team. So I wish I'd known that. Number 1. Number 2, I wish I'd known the value of networking. I was just sharing in my Inner Circle, in my private program, that I was such an introvert. I just hid behind my laptop and behind my phone. And in fact, some people that knew me back then, like 10 to 12 years ago, they would just see a completely different person. A lot of people telling me lately, like, this, I just see your transformation. People that knew me back then. And any of us can change, you know, instead of hiding behind that, oh, I'm shy, or I'm an introvert, or whatever, this is not my culture, or all the different excuses we can give. I gave them all. I used to just hide behind my laptop and just get stuck in kind of details and faffing about on things that really actually didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And so I never used to get out there and network. I just didn't know the power of it. It wasn't until I moved from New Zealand to London that I realized I desperately needed to improve my communication skills and my confidence. And I read these books on the plane. I bought these books on how to become confident. You know that series, like Confidence for Dummies? You know, there's that series for dummies. I bought that book and read that, and it was like NLP for confidence and all these things. And I learned one very important thing. I learned that you don't get confident from reading books. Like, that was the only thing I learned from all of those books. Like, I learned things, but really you get confident by being out there facing your fears. That's how confidence is a byproduct of being competent. So when you're running at your fears, when you're facing those things you've been avoiding, and you're facing the things that challenge you, those things that are in your next level outside of your comfort zone, when you're doing that, confidence is like, you've got to earn it. It comes as a gift, like a reward for doing hard things. And so networking for a lot of you is not easy, and you're not great at it. I know, because I network a lot, and there's a lot of people that are not good at it, a lot of people that don't like it. So many people I meet networking are completely not present at all. Not listening, like kind of like hearing but not really listening, half there, distracted, talking so much about themselves. Like, not many people are very good at networking, and the only way we get good at things is by doing it. I used to suck at networking. I'd hang around the food table. Like, it was just like my comfort zone, like my little blankie, like the food table. I'd just stay there. Now I just try and meet as many people as I can. Not handing out business cards. That's one mistake so many people make. I was at an event recently and I went home with a stack of business cards. I don't have business cards. I haven't had business cards for 8 years. I don't have them because I like getting them, because then I'm in control. And I'm a bit of a control freak, actually. It's more that I want to make contact with that person. When I was a personal trainer, I handed out hundreds and hundreds of business cards. It's not a money thing. I don't care about that. But I know that most business cards end up in the bin. If you really connect with someone, you can just whip out your phone and just connect with them, you know. So instead of kind of just randomly passing out business cards, which people do all the time, and I just bin them unless I've built a connection, because there's no point. There's no quality connection. But sometimes, because I love one-on-one so much and that was my safety zone, I would stick with one person too long in a networking event. Now my goal is for everybody to know me, as many people to be known. Like, if you're not putting yourself out there and becoming known, how are people going to buy from you? So networking, I know we've been in a pandemic and know we haven't been able to go out. I've been going out more and more, and the energy is incredible. I can feel my energy has shifted so much since I started going to more live events. So have a look at meetup.com, have a look on Eventbrite, just get out there and get meeting people. I wish I knew that. Number 3, I wish I knew the value of investing. The value of investing. And I invest in 3 things in my business. I used to like try and hold on to money a lot, whereas I've come to the point where I now know that Facebook ads work for me. I know what my lead cost is, so I know how much I want to spend to get a lead. And I know that if I can run Facebook ads to my events, I mainly run Facebook ads to webinars and workshops, but also to like free resources and things like that. And I love tracking it. I find it so fun, just a fun game. Like, which image do people like? And to have that money out there working for you is incredible. You know that you're doing what you can to grow your business. You know, you don't get wealthy by saving money. You get wealthy by getting your money working for you. And so I love pouring money into Facebook ads. I've always got some type of ad running. And I love putting money into education. That's the second thing I've put it into. Spent over $130,000 on education, not in university, but through specific skills. So what I wish I'd known back when I started business is the value of investing in marketing skills, sales skills, and marketing and sales are the biggest ones, but also coaching skills. Like, coaching has been a real game changer, because if you can coach yourself and you can coach your team as you grow and scale your business, then you'll always be able to get through any challenge. So part of the marketing one is also copywriting. I wish I knew how important copywriting was, because I never used to think of it as an essential business skill. I just thought, oh, you just put up a post and people are gonna sign up with you. Like, I reckon it's one of the most undervalued, underrated, but most important skill is actually the ability to write well. And it's not just, you know, I can write a book or I'm good at English. It's actually the ability to market to influence, to write to influence, and to speak to influence. So your ability to craft your language in a way that's compelling, that attracts your right fit clients, it's a skill. And I wish I'd invested in learning that skill earlier, because I put out so many flyers. I paid someone in London, I paid 2 fitness models to stand at a train station and hand out my hundreds and hundreds of flyers when I first got to London. I just tried everything. I had brochures everywhere. I did all these competitions. all the old school marketing. Remember back in the day when you do all this like more like printed marketing? Now pretty much I only ever do online because I love tracking and seeing the ROI on your investment of your marketing dollar. And also being able to be super targeted. I used to put posters up on those community boards and in local libraries. It was just so hit and miss. I mean, it was free, so it's like, but you do have to make these kind of mistakes to learn, but there's a lot of needless mistakes. So that's why I really had it on my heart to share this so that you're not making those mistakes that you don't need to make. So if you're starting out in business, or even if you're further along the journey, we always need to be investing. And the three things I recommend that you really make sure that you're putting money and energy and time into is education, coaching and mentoring, and marketing. You're putting it into marketing and upping your skills, upping your skill in business. Tommy Hilfiger said, skew your knowledge 70% to business skills and 30% to product or service. I have a lot of people ask me, do you think NLP is good? I said, NLP is amazing. NLP has changed my life. But do I think you should do an NLP qualification right now? No, I think you've done enough certifications. You need to be out there helping people and getting people a result. And you need business skills for that. Marketing, sales. Like it really comes down to that. How many discovery sessions, how many strategy sessions are you having every week? And if you get people on the phone to make your offer, do you have the sales skills? Have you invested enough time, energy, and money in actually being able to close that person on the phone or on a Zoom call? Because we don't, if you think of it like a pipeline, we don't want clients coming in, like pouring our marketing spend into the front end and then them falling out because your conversion rate is 10% or less. So I've helped people get from 30% to 50%, 50% to 90%. My client Amy got up to 90% just by tweaking her sales process and her script. And it didn't even take long. It took a couple of sessions to tweak that. So the value of investing, just give me a yes if you agree. Just give me a yes. Thank you, Josh. Oh, thank you. You're an amazing boyfriend. Hey, Rose in New Zealand. So great to have you here. I was going to say I'm jealous, but I don't do jealousy. But I am super happy for you that you're in New Zealand. That's cool. So good. So what am I up to? Number 3, number 4, the value of daily income generating activities. Daily income generating activities. Now, all of us do low value tasks. We are human. Our brain is wired to take the path of least resistance, and that's a structure. That's a habit. It's the way our brain's wired. Our brain, at the base of our brain, our hind brain, it's all about keeping us safe, right? It doesn't want you to change. It doesn't want you to go to the next level. So we follow the path of least resistance. So it's really natural for us to do the easy things. You know, we say we're going to go to the gym, but we end up just scrolling on our phone or watching Netflix or whatever. You know, it's normal. So please don't beat yourself up. It's not about guilt or anything like that. But I do want to challenge you and encourage you to spend a good proportion of your time on income generating activities. I call them IGAs. Ideally every morning. So instead of waking up and consuming, set a rule. You wake up and you create. Instead of waking up and receiving, wake up and give. So maybe you need to delete social media apps off your phone. I did a post the other day, yesterday I think it was, saying that I deleted my email app off my phone. And it was just a really big deal for me because I've never done it. I've always thought, no, I want to be diligent. I don't want to let emails go too long. But let's be honest, it takes so much longer to type out on your phone, or maybe you can do it on your thumbs faster. But I know if I sit at my laptop and type, it's so much faster. But I think, I've got a minute here, I'm waiting in the queue, I'll check my emails. But we all know it takes us on a rabbit hole. We end up looking at something, clicking on the links, buying something, looking at an article. Please tell me I'm not alone. Give me a yes if If you relate to this, you open up your phone in the morning and you get sucked into the hole. It just like sucks you in. And no matter how much willpower you have, how much discipline you have, one of the easiest ways to change a habit is just to remove it, like make it easy. I used to always teach my clients this when I was a weight loss coach and I was helping people with changing habits with their healthy eating. I would always tell them, just do not have food in your house. If you're trying to give up sugar, don't have it in your house. Don't put it in your trolley. Take food wherever you go. Don't be stuck in a situation where you're so hungry that you have to buy something crappy. Cut up vegetables at eye level. And it's the same thing with our phone. You know, it can suck us in and take us away from income generating activities. So every single day you want to be doing hours of income generating activities. How many sales conversations are you having every day? And are you tracking it? Are you tracking your conversion rate? Are you showing up and giving value rather than just consuming? Because that's what entrepreneurs do. They show up, they give value, they help solve problems. Income generating activities, I wish I knew that because I spent way too long faffing about on making my PowerPoint slides amazing, and I still fall into this trap. You know, it's so easy to do. I'm not saying that I've nailed this, but if you know, let's say you've got 2 hours every single day that you're doing just direct, what I call fast lane activities that aren't footpath, you know, just mucking around on Canva, making it look pretty, or just reading articles, that's not growing your business. The fast lane activities are things like running webinars, running events, setting up client attraction funnels, having conversations, conversational marketing. Those are the things that really drive your business forward fast. Hey David, great to have you on here. Good to see you, man. And then number 5 that I wish I knew, and I was at an event today where he talked about this, and it just so resonated with so many people, and it's the value of fast decision making. We can all delay decisions because we can get trapped in perfectionism, but perfection is the enemy of progress. It just is, because entrepreneurs have to do things fast and risk failing. And that's what none of us want to do. We don't want to fail. We don't want to have judgment. We don't want to make a mistake. We don't want to have a typo because people might not think we're smart. And so much of this comes back to our wounds, our emotional wounds, our childhood stuff, which I help people clear, because it can keep us so bound and trapped. And we need the freedom. We need to free ourselves from all that and just keep showing up. You know, I've never, ever got off a Facebook Live or a webinar or an event, and I've run hundreds and hundreds and gone, I nailed it. I absolutely smashed it. That was perfect. Never, not once. But I keep showing up consistently, because when you show up consistently, people trust you. People trust you more by just showing up as opposed to, oh, I'll show up now and then with this perfect polished thing. No, like, we can't afford to get stuck in that. We can't afford to get stuck in indecision. We just got to be action, action, action. And you've got to really step back and ask yourself, will this matter in a few years' time? And if it won't, you've got to value that speed over being right. And I'm preaching to myself just as much as you, because this is a trap all of us can fall into, delayed decisions. And things pile up and then we get overwhelmed and they all seem too hard. So the speaker today challenged us, Wes Hone, challenged us to write down 5 things we've been putting off in terms of making a decision. I'm just going to challenge you to write down one thing. What's one decision you've been putting off making? I want you to trust yourself, trust your gut instinct. As entrepreneurs, we have to go with our intuition. Learn, educate, yes. Get advice, seek wise counsel from coaches and mentors, and then trust yourself and just move, just act. The likelihood that's going to be a really terrible mistake is so low. Like, it really is. Usually we're just risking that fear of what people think. So there's lots of decisions you've probably been putting off. I want you to just choose one and make a decision, make a call in it. Today I just wrote down the dates of some events that I've been like pondering, trying to think of, and I'm just like, right, I'm just going to do it. There's never a perfect date, all right? So I hope that has helped. I'm just going to recap. So 5 things I wish I'd known when I started in business. By the way, I Googled this just to see what other people were talking about. And I wrote down some of the things that came up in the first articles because I just had to share them with you. They are hilarious. So the first article that I came across when I put what I wish I'd known in business, I was just curious what other people were saying. Number 1, starting a business is stressful. Number 2, cross your T's and dot your I's. This is pretty much the opposite of what I'm sharing. No wonder we're all so confused because everyone's sharing different things. Number 3, getting through it nearly kills you. I was like, oh, that's exciting. That's going to make people want to get into business. These are the absolute opposite things that I wish I knew. I'm glad I didn't know that it was going to be stressful. I don't know if I would have done it because it is super challenging, but who wants a boring, comfortable life, right? I'm like, bring it on. I want to climb hard mountains. I want to do hard things because of who it's going to make me. Like, I want to earn millions of dollars, and I'm going to because of who I need to become in that process. I'm going to write books because of who it's going to make me in the process. I'm going to hire more and more team because of who it's going to make me. So it's not necessarily about the outcome. It's about who you become on this journey. And yes, business is completely challenging, but it doesn't have to be stressful. Like, I don't stress. I haven't stressed for a long time. I get a bit like, whoo, okay, here we go. Sometimes I get like 3 or 4 hours sleep before an event. And I'm like, oh, well, like, I didn't sign up for a comfortable life. I signed up for an adventurous life. Otherwise, I'd be doing a job, and I could easily go and get a very comfortable job. But I'm glad I didn't get caught up in that because that's not my path. It also said, what was it? I wrote it down. Being a founder is lonely. It's like, what? Who's giving this advice? Like, where do we buy into this lie that it's lonely at the top? Like, no. There's so many people at every single level. Yes, they drop off, but there's still people around. Like, you cannot buy into that lie that you're going to be lonely if you're rich or if you're successful. Another one, getting help is hard. Okay, well, you can keep telling yourself that story, or you can say getting help's easy. There's so many people that want to help. And so a lot of these things are just stories that people tell themselves. And so if you just decide that you're up for this adventure, like the one thing that I look back over the last 18 years, I just didn't give up. I won't give up because this is my calling. This is my purpose. This is why I'm here on the planet. I was challenged today because Wes was talking about how many weeks we've got left on the planet. And I worked mine out. So in Australia, the average man lives to 79 and the average woman lives to 70. No, the average man lives to 74. It's not actually that old, right? The average woman lives to 79. And so I'm definitely going to live longer than that for sure. But I calculated it and I worked out I've got about 2,000 weeks left. And sometimes 2,000 sounds like a big number, but to me it does not seem like a big number. 2,000 weeks. I'm like, I don't want to waste a second. I've got 2,000 weeks left. Weeks just go by already. We're nearly in Q2. Come on, let's do this. I'm feeling so on fire and passionate to just go to that next level, whatever it takes. I hope you're with me. I hope you got some value out of that. I would love it if you pop in the comments. What did you get out of that? What was your highlight? What was your takeaway? It's a little bit longer tonight because I just had so much on my heart to share with you. And if you want some help with this, if you want to unpack like what's your next level, how you can grow your business, then you can apply for a strategy session with me. I'll just pop that in the link there. I will help you map out a roadmap, like a personalized, whether it's a business strategy or a marketing strategy. I help people get fully booked with clients. That's what I do. I've helped people double their income. I've helped people double their conversion rates. I've helped people completely fill events. All of this is by taking all of those mistakes and the wisdom I've learned and putting it into like strategies for people that they can take action on straight away. So I'll just pop that in the chat box now. Also, I'd love to know from you, like, what do you want to learn about? What are you getting stuck on in your business? What kind of topics can I cover? Please pop it in the comments because I'll create content on it. I show up here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I have done for a long time, and this is where I love pouring out things that can help you. And so please let me know, like send me a PM, let me know like where you're getting stuck. Is it marketing, sales, copywriting? Like let me know, and I can take that and create some content. Thanks for being here live. You guys are amazing. I love you heaps, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.